I was in bed sleeping and I was with my kid. I had the door being open, so I called to my brother. "Are you the one who opened the door?" He said, "No." Right then I saw people come inside my house. There was a candle that was giving out light. The man blew it out so it was dark. He picked up my right arm and started cutting it with his machete. When he finished cutting my arm, he gave my arm to the other person. He started calling, "You Mariam, Mariam, get up." But I refused. I refused to get up. Then I started crying loudly. The man caught me by my head and threw me down from the bed. He took my other arm and cut it. After he cut it 3 times, they heard the voice of my neighbors and my parents. They got rid of my arm and ran away. My parents came to my room and found that I had no arms anymore. In the morning, they took me to the hospital. When we got into the hospital, they didn't do anything. When the doctor saw me, he ran away. He said, "They have killed her already."
She has a very fierce determination, and after she got fit with her arms, she was going to physical therapy, and they kept saying, "The work that you're doing," and most people take 10 months to do this, and she was doing it several hours at a time. And apparently to operate the arms, you use the muscles up here on the back of your neck, and she was just, you could see the sweat pouring off her, but she was working so hard and so determined because she wanted to have her independence back, and her single biggest motivation was to be able to hug her son.
The first thing I did when I returned from America is an exercise on how to lift my baby. I can lift him very well. When the baby realized Mom can lift me up, he was very happy because he had been very disappointed that Mama could no longer carry him. My baby was the one who had been feeding me when I was admitted to the hospital for 4 months. I want to work now because I have the arms to work. What I'm doing now is I'm making sweaters and other things. I like it a lot. When I see what I'm doing with the arms that I have, even the sweaters my baby is wearing is the work of my hand. I feel very happy, and the arms are certainly giving me hope because when my arms were first cut off, I had no hope that I could work by using my hands again. So I thank God for that.
It's been a very emotional thing to see what has happened to persons with albinism here, and yet to see juxtapose that with the resiliency that Mariamu has shown.
Quite a lot of myths about albinism. The first one is persons with albinism do not die. They disappear. You see people, even doctors, medical doctors, and they will tell you that, but it is true because we haven't seen a grave of a person with albinism. Of course you can't see the graves of persons with albinism. Are they marked, this is a grave of a person with albinism? They're just marked by their names. If there is famine, they caused it. Floods, they caused it. Locusts have attacked the crops, and people don't have a harvest. Persons with albinism are to blame.
The biggest challenge is this killing of albinos, which makes us to live without peace. So we are asking the society, the community, and the government to view us as if we are the same as them. So they should not kill us or mistreat us. For small children, it's more dangerous because the children don't know what is ahead of them. Even now we are talking about this bad situation of the killing of albinos, but children, they don't even understand. So my advice is for the parents to take good care of their children.
The biggest problem with having a child who is an albino is the killing of albinos. That's the main problem. Because this makes the children miss the opportunities of being free to do whatever they want to do in their country. I'm afraid of the killing, that it will continue. I don't trust anybody. I only trust the father and myself. And in the school, he has to be very close to the teacher because most of his time he spends in school, and at home there should be a house girl who receives him when he returns from school and take good care of him.
Nilitunzwa nikakuwa kule kijijini. Kipindi mwaka 1998 nilirudi Arusha. Nikamkuta mama ameolewa na mwanaume mwingine. Lakini baba nilikuwa naishi naye alikuwa na careless kwangu mimi. Kipindi nikiwa darasa la 6 baba yangu wa kambo alichukua hatua ya kunibaka. Basi mama, baada ya kujua ile tatizo, mama nikamueleza mama akafuatilia ile tatizo, baba akakimbia nyumbani. Lakini tuliendelea kuishi vile. Yule baba alikuwa ananitafuta kwa njia nyingi na alikuwa ana nia ya kuniharibu, kunifanya taira fulani. Lakini mwaka 2010 aliitisha kikao cha ukoo upande wa mama, wakaombana msamaha, wakarudiana. Siku alirudi nyumbani sikujua, ila mama aliniambia kwamba baba yako anarudi. Nikamuuliza mama, anakuja kufanya nini? Akaniambia kwamba ameomba msamaha, kwa hiyo anarudi. Kwa hiyo unashtakiwa kujua umheshimu na umheshimu kama baba yako. Mimi nikachukulia maneno kwa sababu kama mama mzazi, nikaambia hamna shida mama. Basi tukaendelea na yule baba, tukakaa. Ile tabia ilipungua, lakini kwa sasa hivi ninavyoongea, mwaka jana aliumwa kuanzia mwezi wa 6 mpaka mwezi wa 10 alifariki.
People with albinism are believed in this country to be ghosts, evil, devils, not human beings, the curse. So killing them, for those who are killing them, because they've been brainwashed by witch doctors, is removing that curse.
In Tanzania, we are facing the problem of the killing of albino people with albinism, because those people who want to become rich, they go to the witch doctor and ask him what they can do in order to become rich. So they are told that go and have a part of body of a person with albinism, then come with that, or take it at your working place and then you'll become rich. Or take the blood and drink, then you'll become rich. Or eat the liver of a person with albinism, then you'll become rich.
The majority of people in Africa, Tanzania included, believe in witchcraft, and they believe that witch doctors can bewitch you, can cast a spell on you, and you'll be harmed. But for me, it was like, no way, it cannot happen. It was on our way to the first witch doctor that I came up with an idea that I should say to the witch doctors that I'm a business woman, interested in fishing and mining activities, and that I want to become rich. And I went to see about 11 witch doctors. Only 2 of those admitted that they use organs of persons with albinism. The rest did not. As you approach the witch doctor's compound, someone meets you at the gate, and the witch doctor will ask you whether you have come with a chicken or a sticky plant. After buying the chicken or after taking the sticky plant, you have to stand outside the gate and speak to the plant or to the chicken. I think I found that was very funny. And I was thinking, if at all my family saw me or my sons saw me speaking to a chicken or to a sticky plant, they would think that Vicky has gone mad. The 2 witch doctors told me that for the hands and the arms, the bones, they use them for fishing. Because when you throw your fishing net, then you have to pull. You have to pull the net from the lake or ocean. So you use those hands. But it's not that they give you the hands. They'll take the bone, grind it, take the powder from the bone, and then they'll make a portion and give you in an amulet. And sometimes they'll tell you to go and sprinkle the hair of a person with albinism so that the fish can come to the surface, and then you will get more fish. And with the blood of a person with albinism, they said, if you pour blood of persons with albinism in the area where you mine, then the blood will lead you to the rock that has got more gold or diamonds. And also with the bones of the leg, of the legs of persons with albinism, you can use that as a metal detector. And he said to me, they're not kidding, they're dangerous. It was at that moment that I became very afraid of these witch doctors. Not before, but at that moment, because I knew they can kill me. And then after the story went on air, that's this time when one of the high-ranking police officers from Mwanza region called me and said that I have committed treason. I have told the world the secrets of Tanzania. He told me that he'll make sure that I end up in jail. And I thought, if the Ministry of Home Affairs cannot protect me against the witch doctors and some of the policemen who are working with the witch doctors, then this country is not a safe place for me to be at that moment. Now, the witch doctors get money from their clients. Say, for example, in 2008, an arm was sold for 2 million shillings, or hair for that amount of money. Who in Tanzania would have that money? Rich people. But are they the ones who are going to go there and kill a person with albinism? No. They will have to hire somebody. Someone who is not employed, someone who is poor, someone who can be easily persuaded to go and kill, because they're killing a ghost, not a human being. And the witch doctor will tell them that if they get an arm or a leg of a living person with albinism, it will make them very powerful. And also, if they use the medicine that they have been taking for between 1 and 2 weeks, then it will make them invisible, so that no one can arrest them. And when they're going to commit murder, no one can see them.
That night, after he finished cutting my arms, he ran direct home. When he was near to reaching his home, he met with the neighbor who was coming to see what had happened. They were coming to my house, so they asked the guy who cut my arm what is happening, because we can hear some voices from the Stafford home. He did not respond to anything. They just lit their torch and they saw his clothes were full of blood. That night they took him. They tied his hands. In the morning, when I was taken to the hospital, they went with him. When the police came to take me from the district hospital, they took the guy to the police and I was taken to the hospital. He was sent to prison for 3 years, so now he's around.
But who are the people who are being caught? The killers who have been caught red-handed. They will name the witch doctors, because those are like their line managers, but they do not know the clients of those witch doctors. So up till now, the dealers, the end users, who are rich people, have not been caught and sentenced in court. Not only that, even when their names are mentioned, even when their names are mentioned in the court of law, they're not arrested, because they've got all the money to bribe the police officers.
That act of cutting the albino body part should be abolished, because they're hurting them. The act should be abolished completely. It would be better if someone who is caught doing what they have done, they should be killed. So if they hear or see that this person who cut someone's arms or leg have been killed, then they will be afraid and not go again to look for an albino and cut the arm. The one who cut my arms, of course, I was able to forgive him, and even if I meet with him, I will peaceful talk with him and do anything with him without any problem. The Bible says that what has been bound here on earth has been bound in heaven. So I have opened everything for him here on earth, and when the guy will go to heaven, he will be forgiven.